I want to give a shout out to Sir Mark Sanchez, who manned up and was telling media and reporters yesterday saying, this is my huddle, especially with the young players and young wide receivers, with Holmes being injured, Cromartie as their second wide receiver. I mean, let's be honest here. But Sanchez is pointing out the fact that he has to run the huddle. He has to tell these guys where to go, when to get there, and how to get there. He needs to teach them this stuff. You see Eli Manning at the line of scrimmage pointing at wide receivers, doing this, that, and the other thing. Those are all audibles that they worked on this time of the year. Back in the day. Weeks, months, before the games even happen. That's what this stuff is about. All right? The whole idea behind this is to get these guys to be, so that they can communicate without really having to communicate too much. That's the whole goal behind it. So Sanchez comes out and says, this is my huddle. He will not take it anymore. And then that's being supported by Bart Scott sitting there saying, yeah, Sanchez seems different this year. I think he could be a top 10 quarterback this year. He's walking around with his chest poked out, which gives more confidence to the offense and more confidence to the defense. And I really see Sanchez stepping up and having a great year this year. Look, if that's true, awesome. Freaking awesome, all right? If Eli won a Super Bowl in his fourth year, New Yorkers, you tend to expect that out of him as well, considering, you're a New York quarterback, but you're on the Jets. The only difference is Eli Manning had a lot more weapons to work with than Mark Sanchez did. He had Amani Toomer, the precise route runner. He had Plaxico Burress, the red zone and deep threat. He had Jeremy Shockey to control the middle. He had a reliable veteran offensive line. He had two different running backs run for over 1,000 yards the first year he won the Super Bowl. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't expect Sanchez to win a Super Bowl this year. He has nowhere near that supporting cast. Oh, by the way, that defense also had Osi Umenyiora, Justin Tuck, and Michael Strahan, Antonio Pierce. Just saying, ladies and gentlemen, don't sit there and try to act like Mark Sanchez can win a Super Bowl when the supporting cast around him is nowhere near as good as what Eli Manning had when he won his first Super Bowl. It drives me nuts if people are like, oh, well, Eli did it in his fourth year. Sanchez should too. No, he shouldn't. He does not have talent around him. The problem with this Jets team is their coach. I know this is going to sound really weird, and it could be a crapshoot and completely wrong, but Rex Ryan drives them to play better than they really are. He does. The motivation and the energy Rex Ryan passed. They're a 6-10 team when you look at their talent. They're 6-10. They do not have the talent to compete with the New England. Hell, at this point on paper, Buffalo is better than they are. They are. But, you as a Cowboy fan is big for me to say. Yeah, look, I know what the Giants are. I wish the Cowboys ran their organization the same way the Giants did. Storms puts in the chat room, will Mark Sanchez have a better year than Tony Romo? He definitely will not have a better year than Tony Romo. Will they have close? I think he'll be close to Romo. The difference is, honestly, the main reason I'm even saying no is for the simple fact that, how do I say this? Is the fact that Romo is not going to be taken out of the game at any time unless he's injured. Sanchez is going to come out of the game for Tim Tebow in numerous moments. And that is why I say no. It's just for the fact that Romo's going to be on the field for every offensive snap, while Sanchez won't. Con, I did mention the Parsippany Little League team playing on ESPN today. 3 p.m. is first pitch. Go Little League Parsippany. Rock out. Let's get a win. Because I would love to try and get those kids to come onto the game, or like their head coach, or like something like that. I'm sure they'd be down to do it. I just got to get in touch with them. Romo's going to be on the field much more than Mark Sanchez is. And that is why I truly believe Sanchez won't have a better year than Tony Romo. Exactly. He's not going to get as many reps on the field in practice. He's going to, they're talking about once they get inside the 20, just taking Sanchez out of the game. So he could run the risk of not throwing. He could throw like only 10 touchdowns this year because it had to be more than 20 yards deep. Like you don't know what they're going to give you right now. Sarah and Levy mentions that she pretty much hates any team that comes out of New England. Fair enough. I don't hate every team that comes out of New England, but I'm also not a diehard hometown New York kind of person. Christina believes the Jets need to get rid of Tebow. The drama-wise, I agree, but the problem is he's their best running back. No disrespect to Sean Green, but Tim Tebow is their best running back. And he gives them the most options when he runs the ball. He can throw it. He can run it. We all seen him. He has the ability to hit a wide receiver down the field. Now, will he consistently hit the wide receiver downfield? No, he will not consistently hit the wide receiver downfield. But he'll try, and he'll come close. But I don't know, man. I feel bad for Sanchez in the fact that you almost feel like they don't trust him. But yet, in his first 2 seasons, he helps get them to the AFC Championship game. So I don't know how you're supposed to take that one. I really don't. I'm so confused on that one. But look, you do it in this fashion. The Jets and Giants play this weekend, and you will see once again how bad the Jets offensive line really, really is. Because they are terrible. Terrible. They may be the what are you doing moment of the weekend based on how bad things go. I'm not sure yet. We'll see.